This is William Patterson University Television.
Welcome back to the desk. The NHL is heading into the All-Star break, and we are thrilled to talk about all the action on the ice. Here to break it all down, we have Joe, Anthony Walker, Andrew, and Anthony Sabino. You know, Joe, I don't know many more bigger Devils fans than you. They've made a big surge in the last couple of months. It's really, start the season, been one of the NHL's most surprising, impressive teams. Talk about your player that has really made it happen.
Yeah, it's definitely rocking at the Rock right now. And we're going to talk about Jack Hughes, and he's really been a huge reason why the Devils have been successful where they are right now. Take a look at his stats, 49 games played, 33 goals, 31 assists. Listen, he's one of the reasons right now why they are where they're at. And listen, he's got 14 more points and 12 more goals than anybody on the team right now. He's an all-star right now this year as well. And he's also in the talk right now to really have a chance to pass Connor McDavid for the Hart Trophy this year. It might be a little bit of a long shot, but he's really up there in that category the way he's been playing. He's just electrifying the ice, and anytime he's on the ice, his plus-minus is very high and very positive always. Yeah,
top pick just a few years ago, really earned that title of being that top pick. Gavin, where are you going with your top player on the Devils that has stood out?
I'm going to go with Jasper Bratt. Second on the Devils with 50 points. If you take a look here, 19 goals, 31 assists, and he has a 20 plus minus. So when he's on the ice, you will see production. He's an elite skater with an elite mobility. And last year, he was very consistent led the team in points last year. And as of right now, with how Dougie Hamilton has been playing, kind of the spotlight has gone off of Jasper Bratt. So let's put the spotlight back on him with how consistent he's been playing.
Yeah, I'm glad you gave him some attention, Andrew. Definitely very big contributor to this team. Walker, where are you going?
I'm going to go with Dougie Hamilton. You know, I feel like it's easy to overlook him because he kind of flies under the radar, but he's had a really, really good year this year. 49 games, 13 goals, 34 assists. That leads the Devils, and he had a big game winner against the Golden Knights last week. He has had some clutch shots this year. I feel like every time the Devils get a big win, he's right in the middle of it. And he's kind of that seasoned veteran to help lead this relatively young Devils team to where they are right now. I don't think they'd be where they are without him.
Yeah, and you see that with those assist numbers. Very young team overall. Definitely have been helpful on the offensive end. Sabino?
Listen, I think you can't have a successful team without a solid goaltender. Vitek Vanacek, he's at a 2.29 goals against average, which is fourth in the league. He's rocking a 10-game win streak, a 93 save percentage in that span, and he's got 21 wins and 7 losses, which is also fifth in the league with wins.
You know, definitely been a key contributor on the goaltender. Like Anthony said, anytime you need a goaltender to win, it's almost like you need a good quarterback in football. The goaltending is kind of that position in hockey. But switching of one local team to another, the Islanders have made a big splash with a recent trade. Anthony, I know you got the latest.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at the trade right here. Islanders get Bo Horvat from the Vancouver Canucks, and I love this move for the New York Islanders. You see what they get. They get Bo Horvat. They trade Anthony Beauvillier and Aatu Ratu and a conditional first-round pick. Like I said, I love this move for the Islanders. Assuming Horvat gets extended, we expect him to get extended in the coming months or weeks, so we'll see if that actually comes through. But the Islanders needed a goal scorer. Their biggest goal scorer was Brock Nelson. He only has around 25 goals this year. Horvat, on the other hand, has 31. The Islanders have not had a goal scorer like Horvat in 26 years, averaging over 0.6 goals a game. This is a huge, huge get for New York.
Yeah, towards like the middle of the pack, toward middle bottom of the Metropolitan Division, this could definitely help them move up from one Anthony to another. What are your thoughts on this move?
You know what? I'm going to have to disagree because it makes sense for Vancouver's perspective, who's having a bit of a down season. They're not doing too great. But for the Islanders, it really caught my surprise because it doesn't make sense for them because they're giving up a first-round pick, which
if they extend them, I'd rather have Horvat for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years than a first-round pick.
But who's to say that he's going to stay?
Who's to say a first-round pick's going to work out?
Well, but they've also given up 2 solid bottom 6 players.
I mean, Aatu Ratu barely played, and Beauvillier is not what I love. Beauvillier, he's not what he used to be, though.
Okay, maybe he can, but who's to say they're also going to get that wild card spot? Because you got Buffalo Sabres, who's been doing pretty good.
But then they like I said, assuming they extend him, I like what they have going forward if they have Horvat to lead the line.
Ratu really has turned heads in the AHL, though. He's been on fire.
AHL, big deal.
Okay, that's basically AAA.
Okay.
The battle of the bow ties.
It's all about what you do. It's all about what you do in the NHL.
Right, and when he's in the NHL, he'll be productive.
Bow ties.
No, it doesn't.
He will be productive.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, Walker.
Bow ties. Calm down. We have to move on here. Joe, what do you think of this
I
trade?
was not expecting this. I
wasn't either.
I like the stuff that's going on here. But listen, I think Horvat could be really good for the Islanders. He'll put them in a position maybe to push for find a wild card spot. Listen, the Islanders are ranked 25th in the league in scoring, which is very low. And he's going to be on a line where he's going to be with Brock Nelson and Matt Barzal, which is Islanders' favorite scoring line as well. And he was also on the first line for Vancouver as well.
Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be an interesting trade, and especially all the heat coming off of this desk here. I'm kind of interested to see, especially where it goes now. But Gavin, I'll throw things over to you. A lot of teams have surprised and impressed this season as we head into the All-Star break. Which ones really stood out to you the most?
I think the fan in Walker is getting to him. This is a C- trade for the Islanders. Let's be real. Besides Matt Barzal, there's no real offensive powerhouse on this team.
I just don't see why you need to take that shot.
No, I'm not taking it. I'm just saying. It doesn't move the needle, this trade. You know,
He's got 31 goals.
What? Besides, you think with Bo Horvat, you're going to go to the Stanley Cup?
I didn't say that. I said if they
helped
extend him.
The Islanders won low in scoring position.
No, I get that. But I'm saying right now, Ratu.
We're getting caught up on Ratu. He's played 5 games. Big deal.
In the NHL, he's
So
young.
what?
Let him develop.
I don't care what he's doing in the
You're going to have to
AHL.
spend
They got a superstar.
You're going to have to spend probably one of the bigger contracts in the league right now in Hobart. Spend all the money there on how to keep him and everything. It's not that smart of a trade right now.
Well, I agree with you. If they don't, listen, Gavin, I'll give you this. If they don't extend him, it's an awful trade. If they extend him and have him for the next 8 years, I'll take that. He's only 27.
The only good thing is that it's a protected pick too.
Yeah.
That's the only good thing right now.
So what's your standout team?
I think it's a B+ trade for the Jets and a C- for the Islanders.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so Gavin likes the Winnipeg Jets. Sabino, where are you going?
I'm really liking the Buffalo Sabres right now because they're the youngest team in the league, and last season they had a pretty bad season, but this year they're second in the league for goals per game, and they've got 4 players with over a point per game, and they have Tage Thompson, Rasmus Dahlin, they're top scorers in the NHL, and I think that if they get that wild card spot, they're going to be a true competition in the playoffs.
Joe?
I'm going to go with the Boston Bruins. I mean, listen, this is a team that entered the season with modest expectations at most, really. And this is a team that got booted out in the first round in the playoffs last year. And also, when you look at the team now, they amassed 107 points last season. This year, in 51 games played, they have a 39-75 record, good for 83 points and good for 14 point percentage. They have an 81-plus goal differential. And you got to talk about the guys like Bergeron, Marchand, Olmark in the goal position, and David Pastrnak. Also, they fired Bruce Cassidy last season during the summer because they got booted out in the first round. And they hired, and replacing him was Jim Montgomery, and he's been doing a good job right there in Boston.
Walker, who's impressed you quickly?
Yeah, real quick, I love what the Kraken are doing. They're tied for the first place in the Pacific Division. Jared McCann looks great. Ryan Donato looks great. This is only, their second year in the league? Yeah. And they already are making really big strides.
You know, someone else who looks great and has always looked great throughout his entire career, one of the legends in the sport, Alex Ovechkin for the Capitals. He's chasing greatness. He's chasing Wayne Gretzky. You know, Walker, talk to me about the veteran. Talk to me about the captain of the team, one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah, and I really think that he has a real shot to break Alex Ovechkin's record. Maybe not this year. Probably not. Definitely not this year. Probably not next year. The year after, though, I'll keep an eye on it. In 2024 and 2025, he's what, like 80 goals away, something like that. He's on track for 50 goals this year. He's only 37 still. He's not like he's like pushing 40. He is pushing 40, but he's not like over 40 yet. And he's done it for so long. I don't see him stopping anytime soon.
Joe?
I mean, listen, he's probably one of the greatest Russian players to ever play, in the NHL, at least in my opinion. Some other guys I've seen play is Ilya Kovalchuk, another Russian guy who I saw. He played at the Devils, Atlanta Trashers. But for, to chase a career milestone like this, Wayne Gretzky, we all know he's the GOAT of hockey. For Alex Ovechkin to do this, I think he has a chance to do it. I think you give him one more season. He's already broke records already this season so far. So I think for Ovechkin, the pace he's going to, he's got it.
And age, Walker brought it up a little bit. Age in hockey, you've seen players go deep in their careers and still be able to provide at a high level. Anthony?
Yeah. He's 37 years old right now, and he's on pace for 50 goals this season, which is insane. So I think in the next 2 to 3 years, he will pass Wayne Gretzky with goals, and he's arguably one of the best goal scorers in the NHL. So I think he's got a real shot at doing that. Plus, all his teammates, they're supporting him and giving him the puck when they get the chance.
Andrew, close it up.
Always been playing his best hockey in the past 2 years. He's been exceptional, and I say 2025 this season, he'll break it.
Yeah, no, definitely going to be a sight to see before he retires. See if he can catch the great one, Wayne Gretzky. That's going to do it here on the ice. From the frozen tundra, we head over to the classic hardwood with Naiji and the NBA crew. Keep it locked here on WP TV.